account, I'm going to suggest 3. Because I only want us to bank at places that have the money to give us. I only want us to bank with places that want us. Okay, I don't want you to bank, y'all. These major banks are going to take you through it. I don't understand why we are so bent on opening an account with Chase and Wells Fargo, and they are going to make you jump through hoops. Unless you have a bunch of revenue, a private banker, they're not checking for us. I hate to hurt feelings. I hate to break hearts. These major banks are not checking for small businesses the way that you think they are. So we're going to open our account with local credit unions, those smaller credit unions that are local to you, Black-owned banks, and online banks. Okay, when I say online banks, I'm talking about Novo, North One, Bluevine, online banks. When I talk about Black-owned banks, you can Google it. One United, Citizens. There's a ton of Black-owned banks. Okay, a ton. Yeah, Chase is not for the weak. Chase is not for the weak. Okay, so these are the places that get the most money from the government to allocate towards small businesses. So this is where I want you guys to bank. Okay, I have Bluevine. I love them. Yeah, Bluevine is really good. Local credit unions, Black-owned banks, and online banks. Okay, if you already have a business bank account, you're going to open up a second one. You should have more than one anyway. All right, now how do we manage our account so that we look favorable to the lenders? Number 1, you cannot have less than 10 deposits going into your business bank account every single month for at least 3 months. I'm gonna say it again. You cannot have less than 10 deposits going into your business bank account every single month for at least 3 months. Because when they ask for those business bank statements, I want you guys to put in the comments, how many months worth of statements do they typically ask for? I keep squinting, y'all, because I don't have my glasses on. But when we fill out those funding applications and the lenders need to see our statements, how many months would they typically ask for? 3. So this is why everything I tell y'all, thank you for the gift, is based on a 3-month time span, right? Now, if we know that we have to have a minimum of 10 deposits going into our business bank account and we have no revenue, how do we show it legally? I'm about to tell you guys how to contribute or put money into your LLC, but I want y'all to read between the lines. Read between the lines, okay? You're allowed to donate money to your business. You are allowed to do cash contributions. You are allowed to loan your business money. Okay? So knowing that, we know that we can legally put money into our business bank account. How could we physically do this? Like, what are the best methods? Check, because I have a paper trail. I can do a cash deposit. I can do a money transfer. I can do Zelle. I don't really want you guys doing Cash App unless you are a cash-based business and you absolutely have to. Like, that is how you accept money. If you do have to do Cash App, I need you guys to have an invoice for every single transaction. So if you're a cash-based business, like you do hair, you do nails, you accept cash, at the end of every night, I want you to go home and draw up a paid invoice for every single transaction that day. Because if you're a cash-based business, the lenders are going to want to see the invoices. That's going to help you get that approval. All right, so let's get back to the banking. Now, we know that we need to have a minimum of 10 deposits going into our business bank account every single month for at least 3 months. Now, I don't want to tell you guys to do something and not tell you why. So the reason behind this is because you don't look like a real business with less than 10 per month for 3 months. Like, when I tell you to do this, is because we want to set the scene. I need them to be able to go back 3 months and see a consistent pattern. Do you guys understand why we're doing this? I need the lenders to go back 3 months and see a consistent pattern. If they go back 3 months and I have 1 deposit in February, I have 2 deposits in March, you don't look like a real thriving business. I don't know what you're doing, but me as a lender, I'm gonna say, this don't look right. Are you a real business or not? Okay. Oh, did I freeze? They be trying it. Can y'all hear me now? That always happens. Once I start getting into it. Can y'all hear me, or just y'all can? I'm good. Okay. Where did I leave off at? Okay, we're good to go. Okay, so I'm telling you guys to do this because we're creating a pattern. Thank you for the gift. We have to create a 3-month history, a 3-month pattern, so that the lenders have no questions. If you have less than 10 deposits, you don't look like a real thriving business. I'm literally looking at you like you want an $80,000 business loan, but when I go and check your statements for the past 3 months, you got 1 deposit in February, you got 2 deposits in March. You look like you're trying to launder money. Okay. So I want to make sure that I hit 10 deposits every month for 3 months. 10 deposits for February, 10 deposits for March, 10 deposits for April. Okay? Even if you're a startup, even if you don't have any sales, I already told you how to put money into it. Okay? Now, let me say this. As far as the amounts go, everybody doesn't have thousands of dollars sitting around, okay? Everybody don't have, $2,000 to just be putting in the account. Everybody doesn't have that. So I will say this. I care more about the number of deposits that you guys put into the account than the amount. But the amount that they're going to give you, the amount that they're going to approve you for is going to be based on how much you put in that account. I'm never going to lie to y'all, okay? So if you have an extra $500, put that in the account, break it up into 10 deposits. If you have an extra $300 that month, mind you, you can still withdraw this money, okay? This is not going, you can still withdraw it. So as long as you're hitting the 10 deposits, you can still withdraw. I don't want there to be a mistake about that. These deposits that you're making, it's not going anywhere. I'm not telling you to just put it in and keep it there. You're a business, you have expenses, you're going to be withdrawing money, okay? Now, something else I need us to pay close attention to, because this is all about how we manage the account, how it looks to lenders, okay? You always want to close out the month having more deposits than you have withdrawals, okay? You always want to close out the month having more deposits than you have withdrawals. This is super, super important. This is going to make you look really good on paper when it comes to your statements, because they're going to ask you for business bank statements, okay? Can we deposit pool? You sure can, because let me pin it, because I didn't want to say this, but read what I just pinned. Read what he said. This is exactly what I do. That is exactly what I do. Now, I didn't want to say it because every time I do, I get dinged, I get a flag. Okay? Okay. So, you always want to close out the month having more deposits than you have withdrawals. And again, I don't give you guys nothing I heard. I'm only giving you what I do myself and what I instruct my clients to do and what has been proven to work, okay? So when it gets close to the end of the month, what I will typically do, okay? I'll look and I will count my deposits, right? So it's getting to be the end of February. I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna count my deposits and my withdrawals. If I see that I've done 15 withdrawals, but I only have 10 deposits, I need to amp up my deposits, okay? If I had 9 withdrawals and 8 deposits, I need to amp up my deposits. Do you get what I'm saying? When you know how to play the game, you know the answers to the test, you're going to pass it every single time. You're going to pass it every single time, okay? So always close out your months having more deposits than you have withdrawals, okay? Does everybody understand this part? Boom, there it is. Yup. Put in 2,000, pull out 1,000. You got it. You just, here's the thing, y'all. You just gotta make it look good. I don't know how else to say it, okay? You just have to make it look good. I promise you. It is the same reason why you will see, and this has happened. I've been in the presence of watching business owners come into the bank, mostly men, mostly white men, walk into the bank, and the business is in the process of a bankruptcy. They still walk out with an $80,000 check. Because on paper and the reputation of the business and how they have managed the account still looks good. Still looks good, right? Right. If I want to get an upgrade on a hotel, and I walk in and I'm looking the part, like I'm looking like fancy as hell, I have better odds of getting upgraded than if I go in a sweatsuit. Even if I have $1 million, if I go in a sweatsuit, dirt, I got stains everywhere, they're probably not going to even think about giving me an upgrade. Your business has to look the part. Sales, credit, I understand. Your business has to look the part. Okay? So, last but not least, when it comes to the banking, what I'm about to say is the most important part of your banking. It's the most important part of your banking, okay? You cannot have any negative bank days. And you guys, I'm not ignoring you. I'm going to break for questions. I just don't want to lose my train of thought. But I'm not ignoring y'all, okay? You cannot have any negative bank days for at least 3 months. When I say negative bank days, what I mean is there should never be a day when your business bank account has nothing in it. Thank you so much, friend. There should never be a day when your business bank account has nothing in it. Because if I'm asking for an $80,000 business loan and they go back 3 months and it's like, okay, you got $0 in the account this month, you had $0 in the account, you gotta have something in the account. You can't have any negative bank days. So what I do, I'm gonna give you what I do, okay? Anytime I start a new business, when I open up that business bank account, I will put like $200 in it. I will put like $200 in the account. That money is going to sit, hold on y'all. That money is going to sit in the account and I'm going to let it age out for the next 3 months. So I'm always going to put a lump sum in the account that I'm not going to withdraw from. I'm not going to touch it. No matter how many times I withdraw, I'm going to keep $200 in that account. Because I need them to always see something sitting in that account. I need them to see that I have consistently for 3 months left $200 in the account to age out. Are we good? Are we good? And something else. There's so much info. How did I learn it? I've worked in corporate like all my life. And when I worked in corporate, I'm talking like the top. And I don't know how I got them jobs, y'all. It was me lying on applications. I'm gonna be honest. But when I worked in corporate, I was at the top. Like I was next to the VPs, next to the CEOs. And I worked in a lot of credentialing departments. So I got to see the lending, the underwriters, how things work, how they move, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. And guess what? People that look like us, and I'm talking about women too, you wouldn't know this unless somebody told you. I don't care. You wouldn't know it unless somebody told you. And it was a lot of trial and error because I don't teach anything that I have not done on myself. If I see a new method, I'm going to do it on myself, my family members, to see if it works and the results before I say anything to anybody else. But that's kind of how I learned. Okay. So, very important. Write this part down. If you don't listen to nothing else I say, you're going to listen to this, okay? Your business is only as old as the day you open up your business bank account. Let me repeat. Your business is only as old as the day you open up your business bank account. So if you go to file your LLC 10 years ago, but you just opened up your business bank account last week, the lenders are viewing your business like it's a week old. Do you understand how important it is for you to immediately open up this account after you file for the business, after you register the business? This is the second most important thing that I need you guys to do. It's crucial. Okay? Okay. So let's talk about your credibility, because credibility is going to get you in the door. Thank you so much. Credibility is going to get you in the door. What if you open up your account before the LLC? Even better, child. Even better, okay? Just make sure that all of the information on your business bank account matches up with what the Secretary of State has. So the address, the name of the business, the ownership, all of that needs to be the same. Can't have, mismatched information. So just make sure that everything syncs up. Everything is consistent across all platforms. Okay? All right. Oh, y'all, we only got 12,000 likes now. I don't mean to, All right. So let's talk about the credibility of your business, because credibility is what gets you in the door. Like, you know how they say pretty gets you in the door, being smart keeps you there? Credibility gets you the approval. Looking the part on paper gets you in the door. Credibility gets you the approval. So the credibility is one of the most important parts. Let me explain a little bit what credibility means and what it is, okay? Credibility is telling the story of your business. Credibility is legitimizing your business. How legit do you look as a business? How legit do you come off to the lenders? Do you have all the pieces of the puzzle together? If you don't have any sales, your credit is poor, you can still build credibility within 14 days. You should be looking at the credibility of your business before you look at sales. You want to mirror your business profile after the corporations. I don't care what my competitors are doing. Like, I don't care if I sell socks and she sells socks. I'm not looking to see what she's doing. I want my business profile to look like Walmart. I want my business profile to look like Target, to look like Google. Like, that's what you want to keep in mind. How does your profile come off to the lenders, okay? So let me show you guys how you're going to build credibility in the shortest amount of time possible. Thank you so much, Crystal. And let me give you an example. This is how important credibility is. I have a client that made $500,000 a month. This is on her good months. She owns a boutique sneaker store, and they get like the really expensive Jordans and the vintage and all of that. $500,000 a month on her good months. In a slow season, $300K a month, because she's in one of the major malls. Do you know she could not get a payroll line of credit to pay her employees? She could not get a business loan. Why? Because she had no credibility. Although the revenue was there. Thank you for staying, Laura. Although the credibility was there, not the credibility, the revenue was there, she had no credibility. She did not look the part on paper. How can you be making $500K a month and still not qualify for a loan? Easy. No credibility. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Before we make sales, I want you guys to always remember credibility equals fundability. Write that part down. And then, thank you, Charlie. Credibility equals fundability. I don't care how you swing it. The more credible your business appears, the more funding you're going to get. Okay, so if credibility equals fundability, how do we make our business appear credible? I'm going to show y'all. Let me turn this around. We're going to have another little walkthrough session. Okay, we're going to have another little walkthrough session. All right. One of the first ways that you can build credibility fairly easily is a Google business profile. And you guys, this is not hard. The stuff I'm giving y'all is super simple. You don't have to have money to do it, okay? You're going to create a Google business profile. This is what it looks like. In order to create this, we are going to googleworkspace.com, okay? We're going to make sure that we have hours of operations on there. We're going to make sure that we have our business address. We're going to make sure that we have our toll-free number, which is an 800 number, 855 number, or an 866 number. Unless you have a restaurant, this is going to be your website at the bottom. Okay? Now, I want you guys to Google your business. I want you to put your name, your business name, into Google and see what comes up. If you have a brick and mortar, that's fine. That's even easier for you to create this. Okay? Put your business name into Google, see what comes up. If the only thing that comes up is a Facebook page or like an Instagram page or just your website, you don't have credibility. This is the same thing that the lenders are going to do. Okay? So this is what you're going to do. You're going to list your business in a minimum of 20 different online directories. 20. Okay? You're going to list your business in a minimum of 20 different online directories. When I say online directories, I mean Bizopedia, Merchant Circle, Google Maps, Yelp. All of these are considered online directories. Let me tell you what it's going to do for your business. It is going to allow for your business to dominate the entire first page of Google. Because truth be told, the lenders are not doing anything special. They're literally Googling your business, okay? They're looking to see what comes up. If nothing comes up, that's when they're going to press you for more information. That is when they're going to press you for profit and loss statements, W-2s. Did you file your taxes? How many sales are you making? Da, 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 da. Because they can't find you. They don't know if you're laundering money. They don't know if you just started a business yesterday specifically to get funding. They don't know you like that, sis. They don't know you like that. Okay? So this is what you want to do to create that trust factor. I'm going to do you one better. I'm not going to repeat the places. I'm going to pull up a list. Okay? Y'all got to give me a thumbs up, though, that you're going to actually use this list. But I'm going to pull up a list of places where you guys can list your business. Okay? That's going to be your homework. Only my people that are serious, this is going to be your homework. You're going to list your business in these places. Okay, so let me pull it up. We're going to leave it up for like 7 seconds. Okay? All right. So I want you guys to screenshot this list. And of course, you don't have to use, my list. You can use my list as a guide if you want to, but list your business. It is crucial. It is the same premise as when they used to have the yellow pages delivered to our house, right? How our parents used to find businesses. You want to be able to be found. You need some visibility, especially if you don't have a bunch of sales. Gotta have the visibility. Okay, y'all got it? Y'all screenshot it? Y'all got it? Okay, perfect. So let me turn this around. Okay. So now that we know how to make our business fundable, we now know how to increase the chances of our loan approval. You're so welcome. We know how to increase our chances of the loan approval. Now we got to talk about how to protect it, right? So now we got to talk about how to protect our revenue once it comes in. If you've ever made a significant amount of revenue, I'm going to recap, y'all, don't worry. If you've ever made a significant amount of revenue, you know what comes with it. The more revenue you make, the more people are going to come after it. In terms of the IRS, all of that good stuff. Hold on. What? You got to get something?
Yeah, some power off later on, but...
Oh, I think it's just going to affect the light.
I'm not going to mess with it right now. You said when have you done it?
Okay. Does he need it right now? Like...
Well, you do it on like if you wait till you put it.
Okay. All right. I do one-on-ones. Okay, let me hurry up. So I got my contractors here. He needs to turn the power off. So he's like, girl, what are we doing? Okay. Once you have a significant amount of revenue coming in, you got to protect it because the IRS is coming after you. Creditor, everybody, the state, everybody is going to want a piece. Okay. So I'm about to give y'all my personal strategy. I need y'all to run the lights up for this. I'm about to give y'all my personal strategy on how you're going to get past the 100K in funding, then how you're going to protect this 100K, how you're going to reinvest it. And the thing is this, people tell you that they're not gatekeeping. They gatekeeping. I'm sorry. People going to tell you they're not gatekeeping. 100% promise you they're gatekeeping. But it's okay because the gatekeeping stops today, okay? The gatekeeping stops today. Okay. So you'll see people that say, oh, this is how you get over 100K in business funding. What they're not telling you is the quickest way to get there is to have multiple LLCs. You're so welcome. Y'all don't understand. I've been there. I did not grow up with money. I did not. God bless my parents because they support me with everything I do, but they didn't have the money to support anything that I wanted to do growing up. So it was like me figuring it out. So I'm going to tell you as much information as I can give to y'all that's going to actually help you. Oh, I'm going to give it to you because I wish somebody would have had it to give to me. Okay. So when you see people say that I got 100K in business funding, they're not telling you that the quickest and easiest way to do that is to have multiple businesses. And I always say, follow the people that have done it. Don't follow nobody that doesn't have concrete proof that they have done it and done it again and again. If I lost everything today, I promise you with a couple calls, I could get it back. So look at those super successful business owners that you see, people that work at Apple, the people in the White House, all of them have hundreds of LLCs or S Corps or C Corps. Jay-Z, none of them are walking around with one business. And it's not because they're just super, interested business owners. They have multiple businesses because they know the importance of leveraging multiple businesses and capitalizing off of them. Oh, you're so welcome. Tell the kids I said, hey. Okay, so for example, if I have just one LLC, eventually my funding is going to cap out. I'm only going to get a certain amount. It's going to eventually cap out. If I had 100 LLCs like Trump, who at one point had over 1,000, I think he has 500 now, I'm getting funding for 500 LLCs. If I'm getting 100K or even 80K for 500 LLCs, are you going to tell me that I can't build a hotel? I can't buy a duplex? Heck, I can't buy the block. I can start any business and make any investment that I want to. Doesn't matter what I do with the business funding after I get it, if I'm being honest. Okay? So you always want to have a minimum of 3 LLCs, and it doesn't have to be LLCs, you guys. It can be C corps, S corps, partnerships, whatever. You want to have 3 registered businesses, okay? Each of those are going to serve a different purpose. They're all going to be low risk, but they're going to serve a different purpose. First LLC is going to be for your active income. Your active income is what you do now for money. I do nails, I do hair, I am a truck driver, I sell digital products. Whatever your business is right now, that is most likely your active income LLC. The second one, that is going to be for passive income. I'm investing in real estate. I'm putting cars on Turo, digital products, whatever you look at as passive income. The third LLC is going to be for contracts, government contracts, state contracts, county level contracts, local contracts, okay? If you set them up the right way, you're going to have unlimited funding for that third LLC. Contract LLC is going to be your lowest risk. So you just put yourself in a different bucket. Instead of leaving money on the table, you have now leveraged and maximized all of your businesses. Okay? It could be a DBA. All right? You just can't be a sole proprietor. Now that we have our 3 businesses that are all in different industries, now I want to create my holding company. Buckets. Now I want to create my holding company because if I have 50 LLCs, I don't want to have to file taxes on 50 businesses, right? I want to be able to file taxes for my holding company, and that's it. My holding company is going to cover all of my other businesses. So I'm going to create a holding company. Please know, the holding company doesn't do anything. Holding company doesn't have a job. I'm not setting up all this stuff for my holding company. It's strictly there to hold my other entities. It doesn't have a job. If this is my holding company, these are my businesses. It literally just sits there and holds my businesses. It puts them together in one. I can file taxes just for my holding company. And the holding company can be an LLC. Once we have the holding company, and I'm going to try to run through this last part a little quick, but once we have our holding company, we're going to create a trust, because what is the number one way that rich people hide their assets? What is the number one way that rich or wealthy people hide their assets so that they don't have to pay out as much? What? Y'all can drop it in the comments. What's the number one way that rich or wealthy people hide their assets? Through a trust. Through a trust. That is the number one way that they hide it. And I hate to say hide it, but that's really what they do. They're hiding the assets through a trust. And this is why if you've ever looked up like $10 million homes, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to tell you what website, but 9 times out of 10, you can see the entire process. You literally can see a person buying the property, revenue coming in, them switching out the property ownership into a trust. Y'all. I'm telling y'all what I know. So the formula is basically, I want to file multiple LLCs. I want to set up each LLC to be its own entity. I'm going to then leverage each LLC as its own entity, and I'm going to start putting bills in the business name. Bills can be in the form of a business credit card. It can be a net 30 account. It's anything that the business is paying. Once I establish, I'm going to set it up, I'm going to build credibility. Once each of those businesses look good on paper, they are established, they have a strong business profile. I didn't mention nothing about sales or personal credit, right? Right. They have a strong business profile. Now I can start going for funding. Once that funding starts to come in, now I have, what's my investment plan? Am I going to invest in real estate with one of them? Am I going to go to the land bank and get the cheapest property that I possibly can? Fix that property up, flip it. Now I have more revenue coming in. The second LLC, am I going to go for funding and then I'm going to buy another business? That third LLC, that's for contracts. Am I going to start bidding on property preservation contracts with the government that they're going to pay me $30,000 to $40,000 per house to fix up? And then I'm going to outsource it to contractors. And I'm going to pay the contractors $6,000. And now I have an overflow of money, and I'm going to put a percentage of it in a high yield savings account. And then I'm going to put another percentage in stocks. I'm just, listen, you gotta have a plan. You gotta have a plan. You gotta have a plan, okay? And the best time for you guys to start to establish your plan is now. Because like I said at the beginning, although I don't agree with who is in the White House and what he is doing, there's a loophole to everything. And there's a loophole to use this to its advantage. Use who is in the White House right now to your advantage. Because you know that they got a soft spot for businesses. You know that they got a soft spot for business owners. So if you have never used your business before, you're going to leverage it like you have never leveraged it before. And although you might not agree with who is in the White House, you're the same way that they use us, you're going to use them. You're going to use them. You're going to set up as many businesses as you possibly can. You're going to get as much funding as you possibly can. So if we got to get up and go because there's some funny stuff going on, a cyber attack or whatever the hell, we got our passports. We got enough funding to last us for the next couple of years. Oh, I'm going to go to Mexico and build some properties. Oh, I'm going to build some properties in Costa Rica. Like, listen, y'all about to get me, do what you need to do. If you're working a 9 to 5 right now, you can still do this. It's not expensive. Okay? You can still do this. It's not expensive. What time is it? 11:58. Okay, before I get to talking some more, because I have more to say. Before I get to talking some more, you guys know I say this every time because it's the truth. I cannot tell you guys everything on here. I save that for my community because we're safe. And my community is so strict that if I see somebody reselling my material without my permission, if I see somebody in my community on some funny stuff, they get blocked. They get immediately blocked because that's how delicate like the information is. You get blocked, okay? So for my people who, hold on, somebody's trying to join the live. For my people who are serious about their business, because I don't want anybody in the community who's not going to move. This is about motion. If you are not trying to have some motion, it's the best way I can put it. If you're not trying to have any motion in 2025, it's okay. Just take down the free information. Like, you're good. For my people who are trying to do something, like it's time to move, you're going to become a student, okay? This is what you're going to do. And then we're about to go for questions. You are going to click my picture right here. You're going to click the link in my bio, okay? Once you click that link, you're going to click on the masterclass bundle. All right? The masterclass bundle it's several masterclasses, okay? These classes are 2 hours long or more. Charlie, of course I'll come to your seminar. These classes are 2 hours longer or more. You're going to learn in detail how to protect your assets, offshore account, holding company, family trust, irrevocable trust, revocable trust. You're going to learn how to secure your first commercial vehicle with $0 down. If you don't have a car right now, but you have an LLC, if you're trying to put cars on Turo to make extra money to prove that you have collateral and now you have revenue coming in, I'm going to take you through the entire process. You have 2 business credit classes. You have a business funding masterclass, a short-term rental class. You have the private Facebook group. You have lifetime access. You have bi-monthly Zoom classes, okay? This is not a mentorship because I have a real company offline, so y'all, the time that it take, I do have a mentorship coming, but this is not a mentorship, okay? You got to implement though. This is normally $297. Because I don't have much time, we're going to make this we're going to make this $97 for 10 minutes because my contractor is waiting for me. So we're going to make this $97 for 10 minutes, okay? Please make sure you are serious and ready to implement. I had a student that got over $300,000 in funding. She's been with me for like a year, I think, maybe a year and a half. $300,000 in funding and a Mercedes through her business. Her main tip when people were asking her like, oh, what did you do? She said, you have to implement. So you have to implement. This is no get around. You have to do the work. These are all my vehicle students. You guys can see my name. None of their businesses were older than 6 months. Let me see if I can pull up some newer ones, y'all. Hold on. This is one of my newer students. I've taken all your courses in the past, obtained over $80K in business credit, Airbnbs, and 2 vehicles. You guys have to implement and you have to ask questions. You can email me at any time with the subject student. Okay? I will answer your questions. All right? Okay, I don't care what you sell. This is going to work. I don't care if you sell digital products. I don't care if you walk the track in Vegas and you sell yourself. Make it a business.